Hey everyone, Soundwave884 here, the Transformers Studio Series review. In this review, take a look at Transformers 1 Megatron. This is Deluxe Class Megatron, so he can scale with the Deluxe Class version of Optimus Prime from Transformers 1. You can see here the box art, nice. And inside the display is going to be, I believe, of the icon battle at the end. Megatron side, Deluxe Class, turn back, 24 steps, gets you all the way around, has accessories right here. Megatron aims to become the leader of Cybertron, and no one will stand in his way to get there. And it is the Metropolis of Iacon version of Megatron. This is towards the end of Transformers 1. Spoilers when it becomes Megatron, so that's why that is Icon in the background. Inside, you'll pull out the figure, and of course, your handy instructions, which I have misplaced mine. And then you get the figure here of Megatron. And with Megatron, you get the accessories you're going to put on him. You get this little backpack here, which will become part of the tank turret in alt mode. This is actually painted in this sort of shimmery silver paint. And we get these little guns here, little blasters. And then we get his fusion cannon, of course. You can see here in the end, it is able to support blast effects. And then we have this little cannon here. I'm not sure about the blast effects on that one. Looks off. Oh, you can get a blast effect on that right there as well. Now this can actually be stored. It's got this tab for storage. You can put it through the little tab slot here on the back of this, and this, because this is going to go on his back. You can store it there. It's also with the tab though, it can go on his arm right here. So that's up to you, whatever you want to do with that. Now these things here, you can put them on his arms if you don't want to have the big fusion cannon. They also can store on the back as well inside of this. So it just depends on what you want to do with these things here. But they just tab in to the back here. And then there's a peg here. You turn to his back side, got this little peg hole, and you're just going to put that in right there. And that just stores on his back. And that's in the picture, and it looked like he had a little wee-wee hanging down. That's just because of that stuff right there. You know, it's a little, some of the stuff is sort of phallic in nature. Now, you can, like I said, store that on that. But then I'll give him another thing hanging down right there. But you can put it right here if you so desire. So we'll do that on his arm. So we'll have two cannons, one for each arm. And then get the bigger one. We'll put it right here. And there you go. That's what you do with his accessories for Megatron. Turn it around. It helps hide the bit of hollowness he's got in his backside. You see on his back here. Take that off. Get a little hollow on the sides. Hollow right in the booty, back of the elbows. He's not overly too hollow, just right there on his back. The arms are pretty filled in. You know, you got this has to be hollowed out forward. You know, put the forearms in for the movement, the joints and the shoulders. The legs aren't right here. You got for the transformation. So he's not very hollow. It's just the little sides on the back right there. Down here you just have a little bit of yellow paint on the tips of his feet. Coming up, red paint on the arms. Chest, some black paint here as well. A little black paint on the arms also. Head, face sculpt, so there, nice red painted eyes. Silver painted face right there. Come down. And he's got black plastic and stuff down here. Now his legs do tab in at the knee. Right here, they'll lock in. He's very long-legged, very short torso. So if you want to bend his knees, you got to untab that. Now articulation on this guy, there's no up, no down. You can 360 his head around. Hard to get in there. Shoulders all the way around. Get a bicep swivel or elbow swivel. This one here is loose. This one here is not. So elbows, you get a 90 degree, but you also get more because double jointed. One there is for transformation. So you can bring his arms all the way up like that. Then you got hips to there, kick forward, back. You get your swivels also at the knee. You got to pop that a little more than 90 degrees for that. Ankle tilts, not too much on the ankle tilts, but you can rock the toe forward here as well. And all that's for transformation. And you do get a 360 waist swivel. You just got that crap you got more by hitting in the back. So as your articulation here on Megatron, we're going to do some quick size comparisons with this guy. overall, between these two Deluxe Studio Series figures, I feel like they gave Optimus Prime a little more love than they did in Megatron. Prime is beefier, he's wider, he's bulkier. He's like he could handle Megatron pretty easily here. Megatron is very lanky, like he's wearing some really tall boots, like a kid in tall boots. Prime has more articulation going on. He's got his head where you can actually look up. He's got the ball joint and the cutout in the back so you can look up. Damn it, Megatron, I keep hitting your gun. He's got like butterfly joints and all this stuff. He can really do poses. He got a matrix you can put in his hand. He's got better ankle tilts. It just seems like Optimus Prime. I got his legs wrong. I gotta flip those around. I feel like they did more for Prime than they did for Megatron. Megatron maybe got more accessory, more guns and stuff, but I just feel like he just doesn't feel like he's got the same kind of qualities you can get out of Optimus Prime. It looks good, though. Overall, the colors and everything's fine on Megatron. No complaints there. I just wish they gave him a little more articulation so he can match Optimus Prime just a little bit more, at least in the head. I at least want him to be able to fly and look up. But they didn't even cut any of that out for him. But him, they did. I kind of wish they'd do that more often with some of the figures so they can get that good head movement and stuff. So, it's not a bad figure. It is Deluxe class, but I just figure if he's Deluxe, he got a lot more love, in my opinion, than he did. Alright, let's transform Megatron into his tank mode. Remove the weapons. Take the backpack off because it's probably going to fall off during the transformation anyway. So what we're going to do here is come down here to the hands. We're going to turn the hands to where the treads match. That. You can see we got a slot here. And there's a tab back here. We're going to turn that around. We're going to bend the arms at both joints. Bend it again at this one here. And we're going to bring that up. We're going to make that match. That. Spin around. Bring it up. Make that match. Like that. And we're going to take his chest. We're going to open that up. Bring it down. That. Come down to his legs. We're going to spin them at the knee. This. And we're going to open this up, bring it up, and we're going to flatten his feet. And we're going to spin this around. Foot will go in there. This is going to open this one. And we're going to spin this one around. Flatten this foot. I gotta flatten the foot first. There we go. Like that. Put it in. And then we're going to take his legs. And we're going to do like Perceptor here. Got this little piece. And we're going to do it like this. Like that. And doing this, we're going to bring this down. You can see there's little slots on the side. There's tabs here. When we get them into the tank mode, those are going to tab in that. But as right now, you see this little catch here is going to catch right on his crotch. Come back up here. Take his head and all this. We're going to fold this down. It's going to go. I think the instructions actually want you to turn his head around. But by doing that, you can see him looking up at you during that. So I'm going to leave his head down and see if that works. I actually didn't try that before, so we're going to leave that down. So there's a little catch here. It's going to catch the top of this. So it's got to get this to catch there. Do that on both. And we're just going to bring that down. Tab that in. Tab it in. Then these arms are going to come around. Now, I'm going to say this real quick. This one here on this ball joint, the camera doesn't want to focus, my hand's in the way, is very tight. So when you start doing this, I'm afraid I'm going to eventually get a stress mark on this ball joint, on this post, because it's really tight to spin this around. When you do this, there is a slot right here in the back of the elbow you saw. There are tabs right up there. So this will come around, and we're just going to tab that in. Same on this side. Bring it around. Now, on my figure, these don't tab in very well. And you might end up knocking that out, but you just got to re-tab that in. I'll fix his feet if they get messed up, like that. Take his backpack piece. You can leave the guns on there, or you can remove them, because the instructions want you to remove them. Then you're going to take his cannon. This piece here, you're going to turn it around where you get this peg, and you're going to peg it in like that. See a slot here, tab underneath. We're just going to line that up. Then with the peg, we're going to put that in the peg hole here. Like that. Then you take these little guns, put them on those legs here, on each side. There he is in alt mode, his vehicle mode. Now you can take these right here. You don't have to put them on the sides here like instructions show. You can peg them up here and have, that way you have like 3 blasters up top. You have the cannon and 2 little guns on the side as well. These have little nubs. You think they will support blast effects, but they're too small and the blast effects just fall right off. But this right here will support blast effects. You just got to plug it in, peg it in, however you want, plug it in, whatever you want to do. And this goes in like that. You can use the skinny ones, you can use the fatter ones, and you can put a skinny one in it. Yeah. Then it gets a little weighty and doesn't really hold it up too well. You get to a certain point and it's going to eventually, it's slow. It's like after after you blast his load, it slowly will just go down. So that's there. It just pegs in, so it's not like you can sort of turn the turret, but when you want to go all the way around, it just falls. It's because it's just on this. You're just pegging that little peg, and it's not a very big peg, very long, so it's not going too deep in, unfortunately, and so it just doesn't want to stay in very well that way. And go up, you move it like that. Like I said, these can go here if you so desire. Now, he does have no wheels, so he just slides along, or you can pretend he's hovering above. And why would he have treads? Yeah. It's unfortunate that Transformers figures now, not too many of them actually get wheels that make them roll. And when I do the comparisons, though, some of the Transformers do get wheels and do roll. But like even Voyager class Transformers, such as Bludgeon and Tarn, don't even get wheels. They get fake wheels molded on, but no real ones. When we go back to some Generations Warpath tank, and he actually gets wheels. And even the new Kingdom Warpath, or you say the GoBot Treads, they give them wheels. He's deluxe class. You think maybe they could gave him some wheels, but I understand maybe why. Because this is actually the back side of the leg. This is the front side of the leg, so they had to put the wheels on the front of the leg. Maybe they didn't want to make it look ugly. They could put it here, though, and maybe back here, but even back here would be on the back side of the forearms. I guess they didn't want to, ruin the look in robot mode. So that's probably why they didn't do wheels. Also, probably because it wasn't in the budget to do the wheels. Not too much detailing, like paint apps going on when you can see in build mode. Just a little bit from the chest here in the front. It was just mostly this grayish white plastic and the black here. This does get some nice paint, though, for the silver here and here on the tip. So, tank mode, a little lackluster. Not as lackluster as Transformers 1 Optimus Prime's alt mode, in my opinion. Megatron's mostly going to be in roll mode anyway, so I'm not really too fussed about this. So we'll go ahead and show off some comparisons. Thoughts here on Transformers 1 Studio Series Megatron. It's a nice figure overall. I was hoping for something more along the lines of Optimus Prime here. I feel like we didn't get that, so it's sort of a letdown in that aspect. But otherwise, it's a fine figure. There's really no overall big complaints, except for maybe some of the ball joints are really tight, and you might eventually get some breakage, and that could be vary by your copy kind of thing. Your copy could totally vary from mine here. Also, I wish it had just a little bit more articulation, especially in the head, just to match Optimus Prime, so you can get some of the same poses and articulation in the way they can fly and look at each other, stuff like that. I just wish it had just a little bit more articulation. Hopefully down the road, maybe they'll make Voyager class versions of these guys so they can be a little bit bigger and incorporate a little bit more elements and articulation and stuff like that. Wheels would be nice on Megatron. That's probably my biggest negative on this figure. No wheels. Anyway, thanks for watching. Till the next one.